Part 93 for reasons why people are just sick and tired of 9 to 5 jobs. Get ready to be very, very angry. My husband had liver failure and was in a coma. My boss called his ICU room and fired me because I couldn't set a date when he would be out of the coma. I was working as a soundie on a film. The cinematographer wouldn't let me on set to set up until the camera department was finished. When they were finished, he decided it was time to start filming and got mad at me for not having the actor's mic set up despite being unable to because he wouldn't let me on set to do it. I worked in a fast food place. I told my boss that I needed to leave early because my cat needed to be put to sleep and I wanted to be there to say goodbye. He told me no, so I quit. My cat was my baby and I wasn't going to let him die without me being there. Started a new job about 3 months ago and sick time hadn't kicked in yet. My friend died and no one was willing to cover my shift to go to the funeral. When I called out sick to go to the funeral, which is what they knew I was doing, I was put on probation and told the next time I call out, I'd be fired because I lied about being sick. I got in trouble for not smiling enough on a virtual team meeting. Actually, my whole team did. We were told our leader lost faith in our ability to do our jobs because we didn't smile during this one meeting. My last performance review as a supervisor before they eliminated my position without notice or cause had only 2 words on it. Too nice. They literally didn't like that I respected and backed my team and that my team liked me. I'm a customer service rep, so I'm on the phone all day. Was really sick but still working from home. Coughing so hard it was hard to talk. Kept working due to the guilt trip. Finally went to the doctor and had double pneumonia, so I called out the next day. My boss, who obviously knew I was sick, wrote me up for late notice. I had 200 hours of paid time off. That black mark stayed on my personal file for 5 years. My husband was a group leader for his last job and got fired for standing up for the people under him. They told him his views don't match with the company. He was there for 18 years. At 17, I worked for 4 hours at a sandwich shop where I cleaned the dining area, restocked the napkin straw area, and asked people if they needed anything like refills or napkins. I got fired because I didn't smile enough. 2 weeks later, I got a $4 paycheck because they took the $12 t-shirt and uniform out of my pay. If you're not sitting, I recommend sitting down and getting ready because number 10 is a doozy. And number 10, I followed your TikTok for a few years and always thought about sending you this story. A couple of years ago, I found out on the same day that both my bio dad and stepdad had end-stage cancer. One was lung cancer and one was brain cancer. I took the remainder of the 2 weeks off, only 2 days, to deal with my emotions. That Friday, I was supposed to go with my job to volunteer for Habitat for Humanity to build a home. The owner of my company called me at 8 a.m. to demand that I show up for the build, knowing what I was going through. Told me to get over it and get there. I had not slept in 24 hours, so I showed up and she left when I got there. A couple of months later, I filed a sexual harassment complaint against a male coworker and she called him into the office with me for a meeting and told me to stop letting my emotions control me or I could find a new job. So before I completely freak out and want to slam my head into the wall because of how mean and completely disrespectful these bosses are, let's go wholesome. Last month, I got into a car crash and my car was totaled. My boss went to pick me and my dog up in the middle of nowhere at 3 a.m., left us at home, and the next day took me to the doctor and sent me home for a whole month. A lady at my office got a call her sister was rushed to the hospital and she needed to have her car that day, and my manager didn't even hesitate. He jumped into his truck and took her to the hospital to see her sister. He also once asked me if I needed to go pick up my daughter after I got a call from her daycare that she got a large toy thrown at her head. She was fine, but he was like, "Are you sure? You can go if you need to." He's a good guy. To all the bosses and managers that just treat everyone like complete crap, I really don't see how hard it is to just be nice. So just be nice. It's not